Hi, my name is Ben, and today I'm going to be talking about the effects of the coronavirus on climate change. The coronavirus can be seen as beneficial in respect to climate change because it can slow down the effects of climate change, and also by staying inside and doing nothing like we are right now, we are also surviving the pandemic and in that sense. So losing someone or something that is truly close to you and is never easy. And in times like these, it has become very clear to me and to a lot of my friends and to everyone I know as to what we love and cherish and what we miss the most about not being quarantined. For instance, going to the beach, hanging out with my friends, like that was kind of just an everyday thing for me. And then now I'm like, I don't really know what to do anymore. Like I never really realized how much I cherish and value doing that with my friends. We care so little about the things that make the world go around, all the way to the point where we abuse the ground under our very own feet, the ground that we stand on, the ground that our houses are built on. If we go outside too much at this day and age, we may very well lose a grandparent or someone else's. I know that's harsh. That's a harsh thing to say under any circumstance, I know, but it's the truth. Like that's where we at. That's where we're at in society, and we shouldn't even be here right now. Also, if we go outside too much right now, we may speed up the planet's timer. We may speed up, and we may very well lose a grandchild too. So think about that. Stay inside. Social quarantine. Keep your distance. Don't go to work. Like it has effects now, saving lives, and later. We can't take these huge influences in our life for granted, and we need to start seeing the bigger picture. I can relate to losing a grandparent. I have lost two in my lifetime so far, and I can say from experience it's not something that I would ever wish upon someone else. Even like if I got super mad or anything like that, it's not something to joke about. It's truly devastating. As for a grandchild, I can't really relate. I'm only 19 years old and I hope I don't have a grandkid by now. That's all I'm saying. However, I have done extensive research, and I'm here to tell you and paint you a clear image of how the COVID-19 virus and following the strict guidelines can help not only save your loved one's life or someone else's loved one's life right now, but also your loved ones to come in the future. So during this speech, I'm going to show you how the COVID-19 can help slow down the rapid rate of climate change. So my first problem that I have with climate change is climate change is the worst it has ever been, ever, since human existence. It has never reached this height since before we stepped on Earth. And Mark Linus from CNN wrote, roughly 3 million years ago was the last time carbon dioxide levels were as high as they are right now. In other words, today's CO2 concentrations are about 410 parts per million, which are higher than any time during the existence of humankind. Are you kidding me? Highest ever? Come on, we need to do something about this, and we can't wait until it's too late because that time is coming and we may not pass it. If we keep hurting the planet will eventually start hurting us. Not maybe in the way you're thinking where it's like, oh, I step on the ground, it's gonna step on me, but we don't cherish the land we live on as much as we should, and in return, the planet will eventually start to give in, like anything would. And according to the Climate Reality Project, as temperatures climb around the globe, we expect to see more heat waves and more intense ones after that. Extreme heat can overpower the human body and cause dehydration, heat stroke, and major organ damage. And certain populations are more at risk from impacts of heat waves than others, including the elderly, children, and poor. As we see in Corona right now, these groups of people are also very highly targeted. And look how we're doing as a society. Everyone's staying indoors, even if you're healthy. We're all working together, and that's what we need to keep doing. These are only two of countless quotes stating how climate change will inevitably be our downfall as a society. However, with COVID-19, climate change may have found a worthy opponent, and let me tell you why. While we are all at home and cooped up and the world is recovering, hundreds of thousands of workers are not allowed to go to work and emit the CO2 that's causing the devastation. COVID-19 may deliver some short-term climate benefits by curbing energy use, or even longer-term benefits if economic stimulus is linked to climate goals, or if we get used to telecommuting and thus use less oil in the future. And that was said by Jason Bordoff, a former national security director. And to see everyone come together and work as one unit all across the globe shows promise that we as a society may be able to do the same thing when it comes to climate change. I'm really hoping we do. Two authors, Margaret Bullitt Jonas and Leah D. Shade, are co-editors of the book Rooted and Rising, Voices of Courage in a Time of Climate Crisis. And they stated, when sufficiently motivated, we can suspend business as usual to help each other. All over the world, healthy people are changing their lifestyles to protect the more vulnerable people in their communities. Similar dedication for climate change could transform our energy consumption immediately. All of us could make a difference and play an important role in the solution. It doesn't matter who you are, where you came from, how you go about life. Everyone has a huge role to play in this pandemic of both climate change and corona. Imagine you're 60 years old, imagine 60 years from now, and you're an old grandparent and you're sitting on your front porch watching your kid playing with your grandchildren in the front yard. You see everybody smiling, everybody's laughing, everybody's happy. Now imagine never getting to see that. Never. You don't even get to be that old. Your grandkids are not even born. Scientists project that in 10, 20, 30 years from now, there might be no one left. Climate change might destroy everything. That's not even halfway to 60 years from now. All we have to do is come together and not sweep this monumental issue we are currently facing under the rug like it's a slap on the wrist. And I mean monumental issue. And before I let you turn off this amazing, entertaining video that I know is so captivating, I know you're going to watch it 8 more times. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change said the extreme droughts, devastating wildfires, massive floods, deadly hurricanes, and widespread famines that we're seeing more and more of these days will cease to be statistical anomalies, and instead be more like seasonal markers as regular as the changing of the leaves. Are you kidding me? If that doesn't get you up out of your seat and go, hey, let's do something about this, I would fight ninjas after reading that to save my planet, because that's how much I care about it, and I'm not going to let something like that be taken for granted again. Okay, everyone stay safe. Goodbye.